thing. We haven't seen much of it the other end of the floor, though.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over.
Well, you got to put a body on your man when the shot goes up. That's just fundamental basketball. They're giving up way too many offensive rebounds.
Well, guys, Tom Thibodeau had some advice for his team in that last timeout. He was not at all satisfied with
The
their effort
offensive
level,
glass
saying,
and gets a slam dunk for his effort. I like the work.
You know, Clark, pretty easy for him once he got a handle on the ball.
Yes, sir.
You know, you're never going to get a more quality chance than the
The Trailblazers are out of Portland and into an interconference game. I'd like to welcome you to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan joining me.
A good way to get things started here.
Steve, always nice to get the first points up on the board. At least I felt that way. Dominant as ever stepping into that role in addition to still being able to knock down that face-up jumper. This touch is just some prime improvisation right there.
Outside Rose. There's the three. Overloads and missing.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys.
Yeah, and that's exactly what he is, a driven player, Steve. Someone who can take an opposing defense and just shatter it with his ability. Well, took care of it. The defense is where they've got to show continued improvement. Last season, Terry Stotts overhauled their defensive principles, but they were still in the bottom third of the league when it came to getting stops.
So timeout called here. The first for Portland. Called for Chicago. And Lopez at 7 feet, 255 pounds.
I've always had that shot. That's my game. Most teams like to give up mid-range shots, so if I specialize in that shot, then why not shoot it? And Coach Terry Stotts agreed.
Wright's got 5 points so far.
Beautiful feed. That was awesome.
Paul Gasol's checked in for Chicago. McDermott comes in for Mike Dunley. And here's Rose outside. They get the rebound. Then Gasol with the dunk. Checked in for Portland. Batum inside the three-point line. Tried to tip it in, but couldn't quite get it. Blake misses. Chicago leading by 8.
Oh, he's their go-to guy. When he shoots the ball like he has today.
During that last break, he didn't exactly take it easy on them, saying, how much do you want it? Don't tell me. Show me out there.
They're getting great movement, great spacing, and they're really lining them up defensively.
Dunleavy's got 5. 2K Sports checks in with our loyal viewers with a broadcast from Washington, the home of the Wizards, the Verizon Center. The Wizards trying to take advantage of their home court in this one before leaving Washington. T. Rose and Jimmy Butler, the backcourt. Inside, Gibson and Noah. And it's Dunleavy. Gibson dishes to Butler. Rose against Wall. Rose attacking. Good. Noah kicks to Dunleavy. Rose attacking. Goes back up. 2 points. Shots good, but and to add on with Chicago. Last year they won 35 games against the East, which was bested only by the Indiana Pacers.
Well, that's more than Miami and other teams that finished above them in the standings.
And so the first quarter wraps up without too much action on the scoreboard. Wizards lead by 3. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter. And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so we will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. So it'll be Derrick Rose.
John Wall is 6'4", with a 39-inch vertical leap and long arms to boot.
Here's Temple. His three-pointers off the mark. Chicago leading. And Wall, a blur, guys, in the open court. Perhaps in the league end-to-end. He is devastating in transition.
He's so tough to stop around.
Well, we've got a moment to look back at last year's Bulls. 5th in three-point field goal percentage, 8th in assist, and they were a top 10 team in field goal shooting. Pretty impressive.
And how about the spacing that we saw from this team?
Now it's a 6-point Wizards lead. And Joakim Noah, the highest assist average since Vlade Divac over a decade ago.
And he became only the 5th center in NBA history to average at least 12 points.
Style was too much for his joints, but you know, the mental side of it, that's what I look at. I mean, after missing basically 2 whole seasons, how is he going to bounce back?
Pass to Dunleavy. 6 to shoot. Back to Butler. 14 points for Derrick Rose.
Wow, he was just wide open there. That's way too easy.
Well, they're getting into the paint with their penetration, and it's really been key for this club.
Well, it's been a super performance from behind the arc.
Make that one because he had a pretty clean look at the hoop.
From deep, Rose. Good. They get a hand on it. Rose is... And here's the fast break. Rose leading the way. They now take the lead. Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1. Getting going right now. And the Wizards lead by 4. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going. The second chance effort. Gortat with the block. Butler kicks to Rose. Miller dishes to Pierce. And the foul on Paul Pierce. That's foul number 2 for him.
Oh, no, you hate to see that. Those are just the kind of errors that can cost you.
Pass to Noah. Butler kicks to Dunleavy. And the wide open shot from Rose. Trifecta knocks down a trifecta.
Huge point. That's beyond huge, Steve. I mean, they needed that bucket. It's desperate.
Washington calls timeout. And so it's Chicago winning this one. Clark, what a game.
Yeah, they kept their cool, stayed with the game plan, and that's why they came out on top.
Well, that'll do it. For Dorisburg, Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Derrick Rose. The Bulls are looking to defeat their Eastern Conference rival going into this one. This is 2K Sports bringing you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan calling the action with my broadcast partners, Steve Kerr.
Very confident performance offensively, I think, guys. Is really how this team clicks. I mean, when they're communicating and executing, sharing the ball, they're tough to beat.
And Steve, you got to love that kind of performance.
The rebound by Gibson. In transition, here come the Bulls. Rose has tapped the
story a
ball.
little while back. So he's exploring various avenues of self-expression.
Pau Gasol.
Surprising he goes for a slam that difficult while they're trailing.
Yeah, but still, you know what? A magnificent move to the rim.
Agreed.
Guys, look,
First
I don't know
quarter,
what
we're about 3.5 minutes in. Rose with the ball. He has 6. He rifled that one in for distance. 9 points in the game so far.
They've been hot here early, dropping them in left and right.
And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And before we move on, what do you guys think about Kevin Love checked in for Cleveland? Irving comes in for Dion Waiters. And a change for the Bulls. The second chance effort. And that's 2
You
points
don't
on
see
the way.
many players who can make a floater with either hand. I mean, something like that with his quickness, that would be impossible to defend. Seems like they're on their heels every time defensively because the ball continues to go into the post.
Well, if they don't pick up the aggression, things are only going to get worse.
Timeout called the Cavaliers.
just how championship caliber teams play. He added, I don't think you really feel pressure if you're putting everything you have into each and every day. Sound strategy, Kevin.
Yeah, I agree, guys. I sense a little bit of a momentum shift here.
And Cleveland making a change here. Waiters is checked in. Shots good from Butler.
I like the defense, guys. Really getting a hand up and challenging shots.
Yeah, Steve, lurking on that shot, and that was finishing it off.
Mike Dunleavy, the former #3 overall pick out of Duke, Steve, back in 2002.
Yeah, he played on that Duke team back in 2001 that won the NCAA championship.
Play down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome.
Have it in him. Kevin.
Derrick Rose, let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats.